You're laughing your ass off at my team.
There's also...
shut up!
He's going to be the number one overview player for this year in the fourth.
No chance.
Maybe besides Dylan Moore.
No chance.
No, Cornwall's got, Dylan Moore, that's it.
No chance. There's no chance.
I don't like his release, so stop talking about it.
I didn't say it once, but since you brought it up... Francis!
I just got
Francis!
I just got concussed.
Doesn't care.
Tom Mitchell doesn't tug on the ball. Thomas kicks the winning goal and he got 140. Vice captain right now.
You're such a cockhead, aren't you?
Welcome back, everybody. It's Matty Gazez and Jordie, the stinky idiot who is...
How can you call me stinky when you literally rock up and you smell like absolute shit? You can't say that.
Can't say why not.
Anyway,
Welcome back, everybody. It's Matty Gazez here with that Jordie. He's like, go, champ. Welcome back, everybody. It's Matty Gazez with Jordie. How are you, champ?
we're 5 seconds in the party and we've done about 3 edits already.
That's what we do, champ. I know you got a cough. I'm not going to spill it, but champ, coffee shouts.
Coffee shouts because...
Thank you. Wow, finally got one. Jordie actually paid for this, champ.
He hasn't even drank the coffee yet.
I don't even want it. I'm just happy I've got a coffee from the coffee shout after all those hundreds of coffees that have been shouted.
You didn't deserve
This is my first one. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Now, let's do Dave, turn it up. SMC has shouted Matty this coffee.
Thank you,
Hello.
Dave.
Hello, SuperCoach Masters. I am currently unemployed as I assimilate back into NQ life after returning from WA. While I whip up the mighty turn it up into shape for the upcoming season, as such, I can only afford one coffee purchase to kick off the campaign.
Nice.
This one single coffee goes out to Jordie, and only Jamie will know why. Why does only Jamie know? Well, because if you know, you know. Hey, Jamie.
Well, I'm not Jamie,
Cheers,
but Jamie,
legends.
I'm
Keep
sure
it up,
he's-
great body.
I'm sure he's
You
giving
remember the last podcast? I don't know if you saw it. You definitely did. Jamie was like, "Oh yeah, there was something about a window," and he's like, "If you know, you know." And Dave was turning up. Was like, "No one knows what the fuck he's talking about." And then that's like what the coffee's
Who knows
for.
what Jamie was talking about?
And Dave also doesn't like how I've been pronouncing the word Caleb again.
Caleb. Champ.
Caleb.
I'm going to address the elephant in the room.
Is it me?
Yes. You're a big, fat, sticky elephant.
Look at these roids. Yeah.
Champ, this day will probably be the last day I'm going to see you for a long time, I would imagine.
I'm going to say it's much deserved.
Jordie, can I announce the
You
news?
go for it, champ. Go for it. I haven't told a lot of my friends, but go for it.
All the Supercoach community, champ, I think...
About we're talking about something completely different.
Well, this dynamic of me, Jamie, Jordie, the dynamic of us being together, bashing each other and doing these ones and bagging
so
Jordie's.
glad.
It's just, Jordie's moving to Queensland, everybody. And this mansion that you see at the moment will be Jamie's new mansion. So Jordie's out, Jamie's in, we're keeping this. Me and Jamie are going to run. That's, well, congratulations,
The
champ.
podcast isn't stopping, it's still going strong.
don't
Speaking
know how.
of strong, Wahab has bought 20 coffees!
Wrong, he's
Now, Wahab's done actually a lot of pre-season work. He's the reason for this pre-season potty because he's done a lot of work and we're going to grill all the work he's done in the pre-season. It's nice work, guys. Now, the reigning Brownlow medalist is back to kickstart a year with 20 whopping coffees. You like that big whopping penis, Matty? Please shout out the work I do to the Supercoach spreadsheets for each pre-season match. Will do, Wahab just did.
There you go. Who else
Matty,
is up there?
I messaged you last night.
Did you?
Yes?
Yes.
Did you join Wahab's league?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah,
Wahab, if he hasn't, let me know.
I did.
All right, sweet, cool. Because he wanted me to make sure you done it on the podcast.
I did.
Yeah?
I really don't look at my messages, whatever, messenger. Facebook
So old MSN. I don't look at my MSN
messenger.
anymore.
Jeff, how's your MySpace page going?
Fucking beauty. Now, guys, if you haven't want to support the podcast, if you can't afford to, and you're just a poor piece of shit, just subscribe instead. But if you can, buy some merch and help us out. Obviously, the podcast is struggling.
So I'm the only
editing
one that's
chair.
struggling. I'm the only one.
Struggling, you make the most money out of all of us.
I don't.
Yes, you. Oh, no, I don't. What are you talking about?
Oh.
You're literally getting paid right now. Oh man, this coffee's got me. Fuck, I gotta slow down.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a very the sugar hit now.
All right,
George,
now
who's
Matty,
next?
let's just go. Make sure everyone's purchased some so purchase some merch and subscribe. So, Matty, if they haven't subscribed,
How you gonna? If you haven't subscribed, how you gonna know where to purchase the merch, champ? Tell them.
I fucking don't know. All right, now let's get into the first game. Geelong versus Essendon, and Wahabi has got this one up on a silver platter for us. He's got. I'll put it up on the screen so we don't have to read much. Max Home, he's got the green symbol next to Max Home, Matty. And after 51 Supercoach from Max Home, what do you think of that?
Say it one more time, champ. I was just too busy.
I saw. Max Holmes, 51 Supercoach.
I don't like him.
At all?
Never liked him. Never liked him.
Well, Harb thinks he's green, good to go. I'm a bit on the fence. I'm a yellow. So we got all the traffic lights for the first one. Sam De Koning, as a bit of a watch. We get to watch him now. So, yeah, I think decoding champ. What do you reckon?
Stinks.
Stinks of shit?
Stinks.
Nevitt on the field has to be.
What?
Nevitt.
Nevitt, yes. Oh, yeah, give or take. We'll get to see him round 0 to see what he can produce.
Yeah, Lawson Humphries was a stinky poo. He...
I'll let you talk through. I'll just comment.
Yeah. That sounds good, champ. Bailey Smith. Any concerns with Smith, champ?
Yes.
What do you like him?
Not at the moment. I don't
Is it
think
because of the injury or just because of the bye or
all of the above. We haven't seen him. He's got an injury. He's got a bye.
He's also got a court listing coming up on the 21st of August. But it's a good behaviour bond.
Where is he going to be?
I actually spoke to a prosecutor I asked a police prosecutor, so what does a bond mean? What is it? Because he's got a magistrate listings at, I think it's
Jordie's
some of the
really
West.
digging in on the...
So I asked one of my prosecutor mates, what does a bond mean? It means it's a good behaviour bond. If he's got a hearing, then that means he would have served his 1 year and that's his hearing date to see the results of his bond. So...
let's hope he's been a good boy.
Let's hope so. Unless, I'm not putting out rumours out there, but there is a Bailey Smith on that day. Could be another Bailey Smith, but I highly doubt. O'Sullivan was on the field for a while. Got a stinky 17.
Not a one kick in that game. He got 8 handballs, didn't he?
8 handballs, 40% home ground. Do we like him more than Bo Allen, though?
Oh, Bo Allen minus 12. It looks good. It looks real good. And he had like 70% of game time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. 70% for. Imagine if he had 90, he'd be minus 20.
Zachy Merritt, champ. He had a good... he played forward.
I heard in the grapevine that they're going to use a lot of the young boys in the guts and using the old midfielders just around the fringes. So I don't think it's too much to worry about, but I don't see a lot of people starting with Merritt anyway. He's not in a lot of percent of teams. Who knows, champ? But Merritt is Merritt.
It's about 9% of teams, I think, at the moment. Nick Martin made his way into a lot of teams. He was absolutely everywhere. But early boy...
He always is. Yeah,
out of these 3 players, Matty, who would you not have in your team the most? Tatsis, Kako, or Zach Reed?
Tatsis, probably Kako. Only because he's a small forward and he kicked 4 goals and got how much?
I think, 4 goals. He got like 90-something Supercoach.
Yeah, what if he gets 1 goal 3,
That's a 33 for you.
But Zach Reed's always going to be in the back line and Tatsis...
He always will be in the back line. You really come up with a goal here,
I'm just saying, backline positions in Supercoach is always great.
Well,
but
especially because we need rookies.
Forward pocket. It's good for Essendon. Essendon needs someone like Kako, but I don't know if the Supercoach world really needs someone like Kako because what small forward has ever been in the top 5 without not getting midfield time?
Totally agree.
Anyway. He gets midfield time.
Everyone should have Tatsis. I don't know why Archie Roberts is on here, Wahab. You got the red light on him anyway, so that's all that is relevant in that game. Matty,
yes,
Collingwood Richmond. We all won a lot of money on that one. So Collingwood, Nick Dacos stormed his way into a million teams by getting 153 in like 3 quarters.
Yes.
Does he have to be in?
Well, considering Butters and Bont is out. They're the top 3, you'd think.
This is the stuff I pay you for, champ.
So,
this is goals.
So Butters and Bont are out, and they were both I reckon they're in everyone's team, really. And, because Dacos was getting that fringe because, they got the bye. But there's no other good primo playing in round 1-0.
M1, isn't he?
Right now.
Now, I'm telling you, it's an easy pick for me.
Easy.
It's going to... Well, you don't know what I'm going to say. If Toby Bedford tags him and does shit, he's out of the team, round 0. If he does good, he's in. That's as simple as it is. If we see Dacos get a 70, I'm going to get him out.
I think everyone's going to get him out. No one wants to lose $100,000 in the first.
Well, he could go 150 after that, only lose a little bit, but then he's got his bye anyway. So it'd be a good chance to reassess. So if he does shit round 0, he's out. If he does good, he's in. That's a simple kind of equation for me, Matty, because there's a lot of stupid, stinky pods that I want.
Could I just ask you one thing?
You can ask me one thing.
I think anyone that's playing round 0 that you're starting, if they play shit, they're out anyway. Let's face it. Because, let's just say...
Not really.
Let's go back to the Geelong. Bailey Smith gets a 67. He's not starting.
Well, it depends. Is the role good? Does he get 24 CBAs? Because I'm still getting him if that's the case, Matty. No. If Tatsis gets a 50, I'm still picking him. Because I like the role. It's about looking at the role. It's not about if they score shit. Now, Houston, on the other hand...
he's not playing round 0, but he looks great.
He looks good.
Yeah. I think everyone looked good in Collingwood. Come on, let's face it.
It's hard to make an assessment of these guys because they played Shishman. And Josh Dacos is another Dacos that I'm truly related to and want to get in my team.
Is that going to be a funny one?
So Josh Dacos is not a funny player. If you saw Josh Dacos...
because before...
Because I told Matty, our team reveals are going to come up soon, Tom is a real funny player, and I'm telling you, the play that he thought it was just now was Josh Dacos. It's not.
funny.
It's way funnier than Josh Dacos.
Can't wait.
It's so funny.
Ooh,
like
can't wait.
0% of teams.
All right, quickly.
Josh Dacos, I love him.
He's great.
I just wish he didn't have the buy, and everyone's price is inflated. Perry Mann. What's the deal?
He's a superstar.
Have to get him?
I like him. I
like him.
like his role. I like that he's going to be defensive. He's going to get a lot of tackles. I feel like he's going to be more that Jack Steele type with
Josh Dunkley type.
Yeah, well, just tackles and possessions, and hopefully Collingwood dominate because of that. And I think that defensive role is, yeah, you're never going to see Collingwood. Oh yeah, they're playing Collingwood. They don't tag. I think Perryman is going to be that role, that shutdown role.
And look, I remember some people weren't happy with my Perryman pick in my last team reveal. Not you, champ Jamie.
No.
It was a masterstroke. Just like my Rosie was masterstroke 2% of teams. Now it's at 19. So, Jaden Short.
I like him a lot.
A lot?
Oh, look, he burnt me last year.
like
I started him. I remember last year, Short and Young. I had them both at the start of my team. They both got 70s 2 weeks in a row.
Beauties.
I kept Young. And traded out Short, and that was the best move. But with the ultimate attacking, Short got 20 touches in the first half, and there was no kick-ins because Collingwood only scored 1 point up until then. So I can only imagine he's going to get more possessions, more kicks, more kick-ins.
Blueston does a lot of kick-outs.
So does Short. But anyway, I like Short's role. He was not going on the wings like he was last year.
That's true.
And I think that's where he scored the most. And look, he doesn't really score that high when he was in that role. Like maybe, 95 plus, 100, lower hundreds is his average, his best ever. But I think at the price and the crap that's down in the defence, because you don't really want to... A lot of them are injured. A lot of them have the buys. Like you got the Flanders. Who else is the top... You can probably name top 5 players that have got buys or injured, which is Flanders, Whitfield, Champ. Who else is there? Come on.
For them with the has a buy?
That has the buy.
That has the buy.
People that you're going to have to...
Whitfield and Flanders is then two.
There's
a lot of shit in the back line, let's be real.
There is a lot of shit in the back line.
I like Max Holmes.
Then you got the Ridleys, the Martins, the Stewarts, the Max Holmeses. The list can goes on. The Houstons, Perrymans as well.
Or
if you want to put
chickens.
So it kind of limits you with only really, Freo and St Kilda premiums to lock in, and plus the Sheezels, of course. But
I just feel a lot better if I could find 100k, put it into Short, and get yourself a Jordan Clark, and I know he's going to be a top 8.
Yeah.
But with Jaden Short, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get from him, but he's a good price. Concerning that he only got 5 touches in a half of football, though. Luke Traynor. Forgive me if I'm not saying that right, Richmond fans. 40% time on ground, Matty, and he got a 39 SuperCoach. Could be a handy pick if he is in the best 22. What do you reckon? Traynor.
I'll get him if he's named. If you get, he's another... we don't even get to see him. Round 0.
Exactly. So, Jacob Blight, too much money. I think maybe he's a bit of a stretch of a pick. And the Nank... Nank's got a bit of a yellow light here for a while. It's like, yeah, good, but handy pot, but he didn't give him the green light. Matty, do you give Nank the green light?
I'll give him 3 green lights.
Do you give him something else as well? Maybe a bit of a Nank?
Big gang schnack.
Yeah.
No, Nank has always been a favourite of mine, even last year, the year before.
He's good.
I think Richmond having a lot less talent, and they don't really score much SuperCoach points, but...
Plenty of SuperCoach pie available for the rest of the team.
For the rest of the team, and someone that's getting in there, head out. He's only 30, not even 20. He's turning 30 this year for a ruckman. I think he's very consistent. I know he's got some low floors
Shanks.
And high ceilings, but I think this year, with not many great players running in the Richmond team at the moment, I think Nank's going to score absolutely berserk.
I think there's 2 massive ticks that he done, Matty, and I think that was he could still score good in a really losing team, which we know Richmond's going to be. That's a big tick. Number 2, played a really good ruckman in DCAM and took him to the absolute cleaners. So
he did.
There were 2 massive ticks for Nank. He's gone up in my kind of top ruckman that I'd pick this year should Sherry and Tom DeConing get injured. And he's making his way to 3rd. So next game, Matt Zeebs. Just a couple of Brisbane boys that we want to talk about in the Brisbane Adelaide. It's Zorko Ashcroft and the Ashcroft brothers.
There's another one in the back line, Zorko, who I think he's not going to slow down. He's 35 years old.
He has to slow down soon. It would defy the laws of physics if he didn't fucking slow down.
But he's in the best SuperCoach friendly role ever. He's not going to get hurt there.
Does all the kick-outs.
He's not going to get hurt. Mm-hmm. There's no reason why. And he's, how in dogs, for example, the bigger the dogs, they're less lifespan. The smaller
Oh, I
dogs.
thought you were talking about the Bulldogs.
No, the dogs, actual dogs. Like smaller dogs have more lifespan. He's so small. Look at Boomer Harvey. Look at Zorko. They're gonna play to their 40.
What about Dustin Fletcher?
Dustin Fletcher? Wow, he was just skinny.
So Zorko,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay adamant that I hate this pick. Zorko, he's got an early buy.
I don't mind him.
He's 600k. Early buy 600k. He's 35.
I still think he should be in your team in the end.
In the end, nah, fuck that.
Yep.
He'll be.
I like his second buy, so I would pick him up. Even as I don't know how many percent of teams he is, but I'm not going to start him.
Shouldn't be many.
Shouldn't be many.
But I know a lot of content creators.
After the first buy, like some of these players you're talking about, like Brisbane, Melbourne, these type of boys, like they have a really good buy at the end, which is the last one, which will carry all the way through. But I think Zorko is definitely someone that I would have in my team after his buy.
What about the Ashcroft brothers? How'd you see their game, Matty? They got 93 to Will and 80 for Levi.
I like them both, man, but I just don't think I can put another $400,000 Will Ashcroft. Like his last game of the year was great. Got the Norm Smith, and I see why a lot of people are picking him. He's probably at a discounted rate. I see him increasing his average, but not to the point where he's a keeper.
Yeah. I think Will is he could push 100 plus average. For that buy, I got a couple of others around that price that doesn't have an extra game they're going to miss. Like there's some Cherries, you put a little bit more money, you get Days, and some even Powers and Claries around that price. It's not for me. Levi is a good pick should you want him. I like Levi Ashcroft a lot. Now, Matty, probably the best and funnest team to watch for me personally is going to be Adelaide this year. There are so many superstars. Let's start with Rory Laird. He scored 86 SuperCoach, playing on the halfback line. Do we hate him?
No. On my watch list, not to start because I want to see that DPP before he can even fit in my team. I don't think at the moment there's too many sexy midfielders that are rookies that are mid-price, 2,000 or less, that you need to kind of snare. But
You do need to snare.
I think Rory Laird, I won't lie, he's been in my team maybe once or twice to see, but I just don't
I think
think...
almost every player's been in the team once or
Well,
twice.
these are the old starter shares in the back lines. Lairds and Zorkos, I think they will be, top 8 at least in the defence.
I'm so far off the Laird pick. I just don't like it.
I like him.
I hate it. I hate it.
Trading, which opens up
Red.
other big door players. I think I don't see. Well, we hear that Rankin's going to be full-time mid, pretty much.
We did lead the team in CBAs on the weekend, so huge. And Adelaide won against Brisbane as well.
And then you got Dawson doing all the great things that you want him to do. Like he has been 600,000. He did slow up at the start of last year, which has decreased his average for this price, but I still think he's a superstar. I still think he's a $600,000 player.
Kind of feel like he's more of a fantasy player now. He's got 135 fantasy and only 111-ish SuperCoach or 119. Yeah, he does. Some of them are not very efficient, but he also kicked 2 goals as well. Dawson's an interesting one. He doesn't look like he's going to be playing much wing. It's going to say midfield and wing last year. Now it's going to be midfield and a bit forward. Going to be snare a couple of snaggle
Well, yeah, he was resting in the forward line instead of playing on the outside of the wing. But now they've recruited the Peatlings and the Cummings of the game, and
lots of Peatlings and
they're the ones that have been rotating on the wing.
Yep, and I really like Rankin, was the next one we'll talk about. Such a good price for a guaranteed, essentially, top 6 in his line. The only reason to not pick someone like Rankin, besides, you might be worried about an injury or suspension, is if you need the money elsewhere urgently, because there's so much value in that forward line this year, and not much value in the defence this year, but he's going to be a solid pick. You pick him top 6, and that's happy days. Someone who I'm pretty disappointed about was Saligo. I guess that's because of so many midfielders, Matty.
There's another one that was on the wing in the forward, rotating. Yeah,
there's just so many more midfielders.
He burned it up in the first half.
He did.
But,
I think I need a season-ending injury to a Rankin and
Matt Crouch.
Matt Crouch and someone else, like Dawson.
Yeah.
Something like that. Because he's got so much potential and he looks like such a good, big-bodied midfielder. But I can't pick him at that price.
He's still young.
He is. He's got a lot of improvement.
Third or 4th year. Yeah.
Guarantee he will improve on his average this year. I guarantee Peatling
Where do you see even Adelaide at all in the ladder?
I see them higher than St Kilda, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
I see them somewhere between, I think, maybe 13th and 8th.
Okay.
What about you?
Probably around the 12th mark.
Yeah.
In between there. Let's just cut the cheese.
Cut the cheese and say Peatling, Matty. I mean, a lot of teams, and then he He had one of the lower CBAs of all the players there. I don't know if that's going to continue, but
Look, his role at GWS when he wasn't sub was great. He was straight in the guts doing the defensive role thing. I don't think there's a spot for him as a consistent, 60-plus CBA getter when you've got likes of Crouch, Dawson, Rankin, Saligo, then him as well, the pecking order. Then you want to try to play the kid, Sid Draper, who's only in the midfield.
and when he came on, he looked mighty fine, Matt Zeebs.
So there's it's a good problem to have for Adelaide, but not a great
Problem for us.
yes.
Matty, Sid Draper, 59 Supercoach in 39% game time.
Superstar.
Has he made his way into your team? And if...
I've been flirting with either him or Sullivan.
And that's pretty...
While flirting. Okay. Jordie,
Sorry, guys. I'm
Jordie,
sorry.
grow up, man. All
You
right?
can't just be flirting with two guys at the same time. I think that's...
It's more like a than being. But anyway.
Well, aren't you a guy?
Hey, that looks sexy to me, champ. Does that look sexy to you?
Yeah.
What a. Anyway,
Right?
We're gonna cut all this out, aren't we?
No.
Nah. Okay. Cool. Jordie,
What's wrong with...
Nothing.
Yeah, maybe I will cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out. Anyway, go.
No, I can't be fucked. All right, Dan Curtin shit, and
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
that game. Now, GWS Carlton!
Hurry up.
Whitfield, is he good?
Superstar.
All right, that's done. Callahan, breakout?
No. Yeah, he will, but no.
Fuck off, he's a breakout. I love him. If he didn't have the double bye, I'd be picking him. If you can handle that bye, do it. Now, James Leake in the back line, number one CBA getter for GWS.
His named, I'll get him.
If he plays round to 0 and plays
gets
well,
and gets
I
a
will.
high 70.
Cody Angrove came back to earth with a cucky 11, and Connor Stone has made his way into your forward line.
He's never
bench.
stopped.
He's never stopped what?
He's never stopped being in the forward line.
Connor Stone looks like he might play a couple of games. Ollie Hollands was a shit pick game, continues to be one.
Definitely.
Now, Tom De Koning destroyed a 50-year-old forward line player playing as a ruckman on the weekend, and now everyone's jumped on.
It's pretty funny.
And I hate that because now it's like that didn't prove to me anything. I wish he got a 40 then.
It really didn't.
It proves nothing.
Like Lock and Keith, everyone's in. You got to get him in. But like, look, you don't want to be. Look, I hate him. I really hate him, but I can't. I don't like him that much. But I don't think you can go without him, especially because we don't know when Pitnet's going to come back in. So I'll explain that when we do the team reveal.
That sounds like a spicy meatball, Matazibs. Chera.
Love him.
He only played a very limited amount.
Him and De Koning both went off in the third quarter. They absolutely dominated the whole game together. They both went off together, and they're both superstars together. I think Chera has averaged 109 before. I think at that price, I like him.
very tempting.
He's not a keeper.
He could be, champ.
But I would like to see him out of my team before his bye.
Chuck him at flex.
Yeah, well, you could chuck him in flex, but yeah, he's another one of those round 12 bye players that, you can't keep them all until that round 12 because guess what? You're going to have 8 players playing on the field.
Well, now there's no Bonton Butters to pick from.
There's no Bunton Butters, but you still got the Sheezels, the Horn Francis, the Sherrys, the Tom De Koning.
Champ, I'm well aware.
You're aware.
Lucas Camporali has made his way into your midfield.
I think for now he has. Mr. Camporali, yeah, he's
in my team
he's supposed to be the shitter one. Ben was supposed
that's the only time I've heard that was from you.
But it's the truth.
But it's the truth.
Because Lucas is the winger, Ben is the midfielder, and Ben is supposed to be the Nick Dacos, and the other one's supposed to be the Josh. But clearly, maybe Ben's hurt.
Maybe they're both Nicks.
Maybe they're both. No, I
And they're Carlton wishes.
Yeah,
All right, now, Matty, we won't even talk about Ollie Lord, but he's in for a good year. Now, Gold Coast and Sydney Swans. Matty thought I made a real shit bet on this one, and I won, and he's very...
I didn't say I made a shit bet. So Jordie calls me up. He's like, I'm going to pour $1.84 for Swans to win. All right, let's put it on. And then we go through the team. Like, Jordie, there's no Heaney. There's no Chad Warner. There's no Grundy. There's no Rampy.
Didn't doubt them for a second.
And Jordie's like, oh, shit, maybe I didn't do this one right. And then we're reading out some funny names. But lo and behold, the reserves from Sydney absolutely mopped the floor with Gold Coast.
Knowledge is
Jordie
power,
the
guys.
money. He was sweating, but he got it.
Noah Anderson. Any interest?
No.
Pod.
No.
Hate him.
I don't think I got anyone from Gold Coast.
Daniel Rioli.
No.
Bailey Humphreys.
No.
Forward line, 270.
No.
Fair enough. Because we still got Flanders to come back in and that other idiot. Who is he?
Took Miller.
It's not an idiot, by the way. I just
He's our best-
took. I didn't know that was you. Sorry.
He's our best friend.
Leonardo Leonardo
Isn't he hurt?
Lombardi, huh?
He's hurt, isn't he?
He's very hurt.
Yeah.
Matty Roberts. Now he's one that's relevant.
So back to Sydney. Okay. Matty
yeah,
Roberts.
we're done with Gold Coast. If you got any other Gold Coast players,
Matty Roberts. How many kick outs did he take?
I don't know how many he took, but I don't think he needed that many. He got 27 disposals, and all of his kicks by foot were very efficient.
He's been, it'll be him and Blakey probably taking out the kick-ins, I would think. I don't know, man. I just don't think...
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think I can name maybe... There's not many around that price range that I like better.
Perryman, short.
They're the only two, you know.
Rivers.
I do not like Rivers.
Can't believe they gave... We'll get to that game.
Yeah, no, I don't like Rivers. So, look, big buy with Perryman, with Dacos, with the Brisbane boys. I think he'll be last on the list before the Ashcrofts and Dacos and Perrymans for me, and and Bailey Smith, so I don't want any more of that buy round so early. Really drop you off the ladder if you're chasing Supercoach cash.
All right, Matty. Now, Mills is doubt and out. Sheldrick should be in 100% of teams. I'm not even going to go into why he should be. It's either that you're going to listen to him or you're not. You get Sheldrick in your team if you want to do anything this year. Ben Patton, though.
Jordie thought he was playing the forward line. He's playing the back line. I like him, especially for... I don't even know if he's in my team, but I don't think he is. But I still like him.
61 Supercoach.
He's played for St Kilda. He used to average, close to 80s, if not 80s or more, when he was in St Kilda.
That doesn't sound like the Patton I know.
It does.
I'm just telling you, right?
Yeah, but look, we'll see how he goes. He's playing round 0. If he's got that half-back role, I'll definitely think about
There's
it.
a lot of idiots to come back into Sydney, and Rampy is definitely one of them. And we've got Bailey Rice in the team. He caught 67 for not much time on ground, 58%
I like
time
it. I
on
like
ground.
him before he even showed up.
Before he even turned up to the Swans. VFL level.
Oh, well.
Aaron Francis is another one who went massive, 97 at around 200k in the back line. Wahab's pretty hot on him. Especially 22 is an absolute yes. Wahab is very firm on Francis, champ. What do you think of Francis getting a 97?
I think it's a trap.
Well, how is he a trap and Ben Patton isn't?
Because Ben Patton's, 70,000 cheaper?
Is that the only reason?
And
Who's a better job security, you reckon? The Patton, Francis or Bice?
Okay, so Francis's history has been pretty crap for Essendon and Sydney.
Whoopsies.
Patton's history has been pretty good when he was down back playing for St Kilda. I don't know. I just like the Patton pick better. I like the Patton player better than Francis.
There is just absolute panic stations when it comes to that D6 spot and even some of the bench spots. So, yeah, look, I think Wahab's got it spot on with all these yellow stop sign signals. And now as we go to St Kilda and Port Adelaide, wasn't that a good one for everyone who got on Port minus? Now, Jack Sinclair didn't play. Jack Steele, did he talk his way by being shit at a...
I think so. I think the whole St Kilda just talked away about it. I'm not really taking
Jack
too
McRae.
much.
Jesus
I'm not
Christ.
really taking too much notice. Who does St Kilda play?
Port Adelaide.
Port Power. Jack Steele's Jack Steele. Like,
You got 22 touches, 79 Supercoach, and he proves that even at his price, he can still get a pretty shit score. Scary if you're considering he's a pod.
I wouldn't look too much into it.
I would.
And a lot of people would have changed their mind on Wangali and Malira too, because he hardly got touched. He was in CBAs, for fuck's sake. So
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't even know what St Kilda's midfield is going to look like, to be honest.
It's going to be Steele, McRae, and Garcia with a bit of chop outs from maybe Sinclair if he's fit.
Wangali and Malira's.
Well, I think they're just trying Wangan because they're getting smashed out to try something different.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, speaking of Garcia, he did get 71 Supercoach, apparently from what Wahab says, from 64% time ground, which is pretty good at his price.
And he got 80 last time in his practice match against whoever they play. But I just don't think he's a great player to be in the midfield. Like, you've got players that can score good in the midfield because they're good. I don't think he's got the talent to be a 90 plus.
He's got the role.
That's what I'm saying. The role. Like, you can have the role, but
He's got the role.
he's got the role. He does a lot of tackles, but the possessions and the decision making, I don't think he's there for an 85 plus rookie who's 250,000.
I think he's pretty good bang for buck. And
I don't think.
McRae's got to be a lock in everyone's team. How can he not be 100%? Did Wanganeen Malira turn you off at all?
A little bit, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
I just never liked him in the first place, but like I obviously want Sinclair before Wanganeen Malira in the team. Yeah.
Out of all the rookies, O'Connell, Boyd, Boxall, Hastings, Max Hall, anyone, Travalia, anyone impress you? Anyone firm?
Just the midfield ones, the ones that were getting the CBA. So Boxall's...
He only got 6 CBAs, Boxall, as well.
you just don't know because they've got so many injuries. You don't know who's coming back, who's in the best 22 that's available. So I think just St Kilda are just experimenting in this game, whether
Should experiment.
Trafalgar's or the Halls and the Hussies and whatever they are.
Hussies.
Hustles, what's his name?
Boxall.
There's Boxall, there's another one. Hustle.
You mean Hasty?
Him.
Hustle.
Yeah,
Hustle.
there's just a lot of good priced rookies there, but who's going to get called, we don't know yet.
Port Adelaide, everyone got Connor Rozee after this game, and if you're picking him up after dominating St Kilda, you're a piece of shit. You know, like, don't get him. He's my pick. Horn Francis also dominated. Maddie, in your team? Oh,
Have to.
Logan Evans, 124. I think a lot of the backline players smashing against St Kilda leaks a lot of points to them.
So does that mean you don't like that Finlayson pick?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Finlayson is 300,000 or thereabouts in the forward line and scored 119, and
He would get that DPP pretty quickly though.
It is. It's definitely one to watch. I mean, there's so many good picks in the
But
forward
he got
line.
27 touches, 130 Supercoach, Finlayson.
119, I think.
Something, whatever. It's still big. It's huge.
It is huge. It's so huge that it didn't even make his way into a Harbs list.
Oh.
Josh Sin, 40% time on ground, scored a 67. So if he gets a full game and apply that logic, he got like 134.
I don't know. He looks pretty well. But how did you find the Berry? He's picked in a lot of teams. The Joe Berry.
I think that that's a typical forward role. He got 48 Supercoach and like small forwards. They can have those games.
Willie Rioli hurt. Job security a bit more up there now.
I think he was always going to get a full game. He's really. They're really adamant on him playing, a lot of games this year, Joe Berry.
You keep telling me that Port Adelaide have got one of the easiest runs coming into the game. Would he make some early cash?
If he can kick the goals, like they smashed St Kilda, these small forwards are hit and miss. Like they smashed him and he didn't do much. Like they could smash, who are they playing round one? Someone shit probably.
They've got Collingwood.
That's not shit.
No. They've got West Coast and I think another player.
Yeah, they got Richmond round 2, I think, or something like that. But yeah, it all depends. If he gets on the board, he can make some money really quickly. So he just needs 1 or 2 of these really good games. Joe Berry can definitely make a lot of cash, but yeah, Pepper Pow, Pepper Penis. So how did you like Pepper Pow's Pepper Penis, Matty?
Jesus, George. I didn't really.
Who cares, Matty?
I didn't really like the spicy pepper penis. Look, I think Port Adelaide just went berserk in scores because St Kilda, I think only, besides McRae, was there anyone that got over 100?
Who cares?
Exactly. So what that means is all the points just went to Port Adelaide. So, no, I don't. I think there's better options out there besides Pepper Pow. I'm not going to say Pepper Penis.
Yeah, grow a fuck up.
What do you think of him?
Loved. Love it. No, I don't like him. He's just he's a small forward and he can do what Berry does. I'd rather save 40k. But you know me, I like to squeeze those pennies.
Sure does, Shane.
I'm squeezing. Matty, West Coast and North Melbourne. Did you make of anything of this game besides Bow Island getting -12? Is he out?
Yes.
Is it just a once-off or can he bounce back and get your 70s?
I don't even know if Bow Island, Elijah Hewitt, they're all in 40+% teams. But I think he would have dropped a lot when you see him get -12 and had 70, almost a full game of football. Yuck. I just don't trust West Coast rookies making the cash.
Flynn. He's actually scored 98 versus the best ruckman in the competition.
It's not bad.
Did he tantalise your loins?
No, yours?
My loins remain severely untantalised by the prospect of Matt Flynn in my team. Yeah. And I have seen Matt Flynn in a lot of teams. But I tell you right now, I don't like Matt Flynn at all. Neither do I like Baker, Graham. Hewitt was a bit sore, so I still might pick him. Tristan Sherry done what Tristan Sherry does. Harry Sheasel, unfortunately, done so well. He made all the people that didn't have him get him. LDU, another great performance. Colin McKercher is still someone who I am not liking, but someone who I do like. I'm not even talking about Caleb Daniel, should be in every team. Finn O'Sullivan. There's so many rookies to pick. How high on your Finn O'Sullivan list?
There could be a spot for him.
Is he in your top 4 rookies?
No.
On field?
No.
Who do you have ahead of him?
I have Ashcroft. I have Tatsis. Sheldrick, Nevitt. I'll even put O'Driscoll in there before him.
Oh, big Drizzy.
Then you got to look at the likes of, Draper. Draper and O'Sullivan are kind of on the same boat where...
I think the job security for O'Sullivan's a lot better.
I think so too. I don't like his role on the wing. Mm-hmm. And they still lost to West Coast.
They shouldn't have. They got way more scoring shots.
I know they did. But yeah, look, he's up there. He's definitely up
He's
there.
in
But,
contention.
but how many can you field? Could you, like,
I think you can field up to 5.
5 of them plus the
think-
flex? Or including?
That's 5 and a flex, so 6.
So 6. So then there'll be room for him. So what you're saying is 3 primos and 5 rookies and a flex is what you're saying.
More like 2 primos on Clary and...
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I think that's
the way to go.
It's not an unreasonable structure.
No. So 3 rookies. So a Dacos and a Rose and an Oliver. 5 of those rookies that we've just mentioned.
It sounds like a lot of teams I've seen, but yeah.
And a flex.
And a Nevin, yeah.
And
Flex.
a Nevitt at the back. Right. That is it's the money making structure, isn't it? Because I think all those guys can make money.
They definitely can. I'll tell you who's someone who can't make money, champ, and that is...
Why are we talking about it then?
is this a segue to the next game? I don't even know what I'm going to say right now. Marcus Bontempelli, because he got injured and he will not be back for 6 months, leaving the door open for a number 1 midfielder spot, which is Libba. Number 2 would be Ed Richards, and number 3 is that Riley Sniley Snanders.
He was in my team last time. He's out now. Even now with Trelaw and Bont out for the first 6 weeks, I still don't want him.
He wasn't in my team, and now he's in my team.
There you go. So Jordie likes the Sanders all of a sudden, but that's fine because of injuries.
Bont's out, yeah.
Because Bont's out, yep.
More like I can't see him. He's the 3rd best midfielder now. Like they can't afford to sub him
he'll
now.
probably be the 6th best midfielder in the game on that match because I don't.
I mean, they're playing North Melbourne. So
and North Melbourne have got LDU, Sheasel, Powell. I think they're all better than
Sanders has had one year in the system.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He's had more than one, but
No, he's not. That's his first year last year.
first year, like okay. So 2nd year in the system. Jules, good. Just correcting you.
This is why I keep you around.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I just don't think that he can go up against the opposition midfields. Like, I think he'll always be the shittest midfielder in the midfield.
He got 22 disposals, 8 tackles. The reason why he didn't score well is because he had negative 12 metres gained. So
Scared to push forward. Can't take the game on. Inexperienced, young. It only takes time.
I don't understand how you had him in your team and now you're so against him after Bont went down. It defies logic. If you were had him in your
Because
team
at least
beforehand...
Bont could give it to Sam.
Okay, so it was in your team beforehand now.
He was in my team before because Bont can hand him the ball. You've got one of the best midfielders in the world in football, giving you the footy.
I don't agree with this logic.
I just think that Libba plays for himself, and Ed Richards is a defensive.
Libba can't pass to himself. All these players need to pass to someone.
It's not going to be Sanders.
Fucking
No offense, Sanders, but you still got a couple of
Sam
years.
Davison, locked.
Superstar.
On the field?
Definitely.
On the field?
On the field.
On the field?
He'll be ahead of Sanders.
This coffee is
CBAs.
taking over. Yeah. Will Day.
Yeah, what a sad performance, but I don't look into it too much.
I was hoping he'd done good so everyone could get him, and then he gets injured after round 2.
Yeah.
Jai Newcomb, who's someone who I love. He only played 58% time on ground, 75 Supercoach. If he didn't have that bye, he'd be snared.
But
I love a cheap
going.
prep.
No one's getting hold on players.
All right, how about Ed Richards? He didn't play,
He's great.
but will he be...
Sure.
What's he going to average this year?
105.
That's pretty shit. Now, last game of the round. Freo and Melbourne. And there was just massive scores there. Sarong, absolute superstar, only played 59% time on ground. Brayshaw, top scored with 133 Supercoach. And Luke Jackson, 129. There is just so much to talk about. I'm just so confused. Matty, Gawn. Did he do his chances any harm?
No, not for people that are going to select him.
I love Gawn. 46 hit-outs.
Yeah, he just killed Jackson and Reedy.
Petrarca, back from wherever the hell he was with his ribs, 126, got 33 disposals.
I think that's normal Melbourne. You're going to see Gawn, Petrarca and Oliver being the top 3 scorers for the team.
I thought even if Petrarca, he looked good.
He looked great. He had 10 inside 50s.
That's a lot of inside 50s. I love him. He's strongly in contention. Rivers out because I actually looked at an interview.
Ed Langdon. My God.
Yeah, Gawn was like, look, this season I think maybe Ed Langdon might have a breakout year. We're going to play more in the midfield. I'm like, that's bullshit. And then I saw him getting massive CBA numbers. I'm like, what are they doing?
Gordon knows what he's talking about.
Harvey Langford, not enough for me. No. And
other rookies aren't there yet.
Harry Sharpner. But Clary has to... He kicked 3 snaggle pusses.
Amazing.
That's a lot of snaggle pusses. And Matty, did Brayshaw or Sarong, did this game solve your, if you had a question of which one, who would you pick?
No, they're both amazing. They're both amazing. Like, I was surprised that Brayshaw got so high with the little possessions
Well,
he had.
he was cutting them up.
He did get a lot of possessions.
22 possessions, and
he got 132 with it, 130 plus.
Couple of goal assists, man. He was dynamic. But this is the thing for Brayshaw versus Sarong. Brayshaw's in a contract year. Sarong, Sydney round 2 could probably get a tag. They tagged him last time. Didn't do too well. But Drizzy O'Driscoll, is he in your team yet? Because he kicked 2 Snagglepuss at 72 Supercoach, yes or no?
No, I
don't like Drizzy.
No, I think Drizzy's behind O'Sullivan for me.
Neil Erasmus only played a quarter.
That's okay.
10 CBAs in that quarter, though.
Look, it's pretty good. So he pretty much came on for Sarong and he got 10 CBAs. How many touches? He got 7
he got
touches.
like 7, yeah.
7 touches. So, like, the Supercoach points were dead already. But he came on in the last quarter, done all the CBAs, replaced Sarong and played okay. It's just about naming him. I see a sub-vest written all over him.
Oh, it does. Look, there's a lot of shit.
There's another one there that we want to talk about. What did you like Murphy Reid?
Didn't do it for me.
What about, the other 2 main guys? You just skipped Jordie Clark and Luke Ryan.
I'm not skipping them. I'm just waiting for you to talk.
Champ, you put your phone away. You skipped them. Anyway, so I like Jordie Clark.
More than Lukey Ryan?
The price, but like...
The price is there.
The price is a big difference. And Luke Ryan, I want to get him in too, but, he's only in, 6 or 7% of teams at the moment, but he's just not doing those 150 cheap posies anymore that he normally will. Like, he was averaging maybe 5 to 6 possessions a quarter. I think that's what he will be averaging across the whole year.
Yep.
Where I can see Jordie Clark, he runs more, he attacks more. Ryan just waits for the ball to come to him, which is good for Supercoach because he intercepts. But I think Jordie Clark presents more. But I'll look at Jordie Clark's numbers last year. He did get tagged and he can't handle it because GWS tagged him.
With Bedford?
Yeah, and he got a 48 or something like that. But all the rest of the scores that he did have still pushed him up to 105 average for this year. And he's I don't know. I like the Jordie
James
Clark.
Jordan also tagged him one time when Sydney played
got
for
about 70 or an 80 or something like that. But they're the only 2 times he got tagged, and they were the 2 bottom scores that he got. So a Jordie Clark tag does hurt his scores a lot.
It would. And they do play some of the tagging teams early. I know they played Sydney early, so...
So there we go.
So there we go, Matty. And I think that's it. Luke Jackson had a nice split in CBAs. We've done his selection chances, no harm. Did you like Jackson's game? Did he firm a bit for you?
I've been flirting with him in the team again.
Flirting with
him being in the team.
Does your missus know about all this
yes,
flirting?
I think I want Jackson in if Smith gets like a 70 minus.
Who's Smith?
Bailey Smith.
Okay.
So we get to see Bailey Smith, but I'm happily got the side cash to get rid of Smith to upgrade him to Jackson. Just depending on what Smith does.
Well, there you go. Guys, that's a nice quick summary. Thank you so much to Wahabi who put those lists together. Spot on, Wahabster.
Now, Jordie, what's next? We are going to come back with Jordie's... No, Maddie's.
Jordie? You make up your mind, champ.
Maddie's.
Who's
Jordie's
team reveal?
Team reveal. Maddie's.
Maddie's team reveal. Can't wait to see what kind of shit he's... Guys, and we've been on the phone for hours, every day. It's been like a masterclass, so his team can't be that bad.
We'll find out.
We'll show you.
We'll show you.
Right.
We'll show you how shit it is.
Now, guys, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, Maddie.
Hurry up and hit that subscribe button so we can get on to the next thing. And don't forget to buy the merch because Jordie's just moved. He needs all of his equipment to be shipped to Queensland. So pay up because he's spending...
Support the podcast or else I'm not doing it when I move to Queensland. I'm only doing it for Wahab at this stage. Just might make the video on private. And
Wahab, you have moved Jordie to Queensland. It's your fault that I'm losing my cousin because all those coffees you created him, he's kept them for himself and now he's moving to a mansion in Queensland. He doesn't even work! Anyway, George.
I'm unemployed here, guys.
He's unemployed and he's moving to Queensland.
See you guys.
See you guys.